Satya Dharma Reflection on March 14th, 2022. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, don't be limited with just uninvolved. That is still in the discretion, hiding. Nothing is within the disregard itself. Discard the disregard furthermore. Go beyond the stillness and indifference. No grasping any conditions or any states of mind itself. Something within stillness, something within indifference, there is still grabbing for the state of mind, for any conditions. Uninvolved right away, uninvolved with the stillness itself, uninvolved with the indifference itself, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. With this, it will be released out from all the ordinariness, all the state of neutrality of the mind. Let's give up all the ordinary state of mind. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, it will give up the state of ordinariness. Nothing is within there. Nothing is within the normality. No is not even no itself. In this way, it will be purification of the emptiness, purification without traces. Ordinariness is still realm of existence. Continue to have a thought to purify itself constantly. There is no need to wait for anything. Waiting for the meeting, waiting for Luang Po. What are you waiting for? By yourself. There is no need to wait for anything. There is no need to wait to bless beings or to purify. By yourself at any times, at anywhere, at any moment, at any manners. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved self, at any manners, at any time. There is no need to wait for any time, for timing. What are you waiting for? The waiting itself is actually called Ha. Ha means a lot. No need to wait for it. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Form it up. Remind yourself to purify. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. Form it up in your mind so that it will purify the attempt to dwell. That is the realm of existence. Is the delusion, deludedly attaching, deludedly gripping. No is not even no itself. Constantly form it up in your mind. It will purify itself. The reminder that purifies itself. Sluggishness and ordinariness is just a delusion. Don't just disregard, uninvolved with the disregard itself. Just disregard is not true disregard. Disregard from the disregard itself. Therefore, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind will be brightening all by itself. There will be natural purification in itself. Nothing is within the disregard constantly. Don't be stuck with just disregarding. Don't be limited. Nothing is within the disregard itself. Nothing is within the uninvolved itself. That's the uninvolved that doesn't grab itself. The disregard that doesn't grasp itself. Well with this essence. So that it will not wasting time. You won't waste your aging, your time. Don't maintain anything. It doesn't get through. Discard the blossoming itself. Let go the discard itself. The disregard that discard itself, uninvolved with itself. Then it will be without flaw. Whatever flowers they are not just blossoming from the budding. It's the blossoming that discards itself. The disregard as well, uninvolved with the disregard itself, discard the disregard itself in all concerns. There's no need to search for anything. No need to run after the arahants. By yourself. That is not about anything within yourself. Blossom discards itself. It discards itself, then it will be without flaw. That is the blossoming that discards itself, is the liberation in itself, uninvolved as well, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. This is not about attempting to uninvolve or disregard from anything. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. We have to go beyond understanding already, the essence right away. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Uninvolved with the disregard itself, which is the blossoming that discards itself. There is not much. Otherwise, it's going to be random. Being random with wisdoms, with titi. The titi and the wisdom that doesn't purify itself is a lot. Even one is not it. There is no need to have any step of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no need to have that many minds or wisdoms. Even emptiness is not itself. So don't be at random. With titi, with knowing, seeing, observing, or just with the analyzation. This is not mind itself. The alignment, which is not about anything within the alignment itself. A tiny bit of drowsiness will be depleted. The sentences must purify themselves. Then there will be energy, there will be force to make yourself in stillness, ordinariness, or indifference. You will be depleted. Cutting within the cutting itself, then there will be a force, a power. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, we create power in itself. Just remind yourself with the sentence that cut through itself. The reminder will purify itself at the same time. Sunken in itself, it will be depleted. The force of the awakening, the force of the brightening will have power of the brightness. That's the power, the true power. Where is it derived from? Without maintaining, the brightening will be automatic. It's not at the stillness or indifference that is realm of existence. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, it's already discard the stillness or not already. Concentration or samadhi is just like a stump. always drowning. That is the clashes. Because whenever you wake up from it, you will be just boasting, babbling. Those who are already uninvolved, even from the uninvolved itself, uninvolved with the disregard itself, those don't have the panic when they awaken. Those who are drowned, whenever you awaken, you just create an issue. It's a stump. Drowning so much is like crystallized in itself. Wherever it is, unable to move, it's a stagnation. Wherever you die, it's impossible to move out from where you died. Uninvolved with awakening itself, uninvolved with the disregard itself, that is not sinking. It's beyond panic. It's the awakening that penetrates through to help samsara. There is no state of panicking. There is no clashes in that awakening. Awakening in awakening will be clashes. Uninvolved with awakening will penetrate through to help samsara. It's through. With this, it's always helping through the unwinding to help samsara at all times. That is no maintaining in the awakening itself, which is not related to awakening itself. There is no maintaining to the awakening. Therefore, it becomes the purification of the emptiness in itself. So don't maintain the awakening. Uninvolved with the disregard, automatically it will not be related to awakening or brightening in itself. Uninvolved with the disregard, it will not related to the awakening itself. It will purify all the clashes. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Listen well. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself, well with it. The concentration, drowning within the stillness and indifference is like giant guarding the place, guarding the temple, always guarding. No grasping, even the non-grasping itself. Disregard, even the disregard itself is called no grasping, even the non-grasping itself. Disregard, even from the disregard itself constantly, that is the disregard that doesn't grab itself, the disregard that cuts through itself. The disregard that doesn't grab itself is called the disregard that doesn't grasp itself. There's a lot of the delusion to know, to see, a lot of that which creates realm of existence and cycle of becoming without will to conclude, it will be a delay. There will be irritation within the drowning itself, or the delusion to drown within seeing in knowing is the irritation in itself. Therefore, constantly purify the maintaining disregard, even from the disregard itself, uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, it will purify the maintaining, whether it is maintaining the uninvolved or the disregard or the carelessness or the ordinariness. The maintaining is actually the cycle of the becoming. Do you know which one that creates cycle of becoming? The maintaining itself is the one who creates cycle of becoming. So purify it. Purify the cycle of becoming. Purify the one who creates karma and the one who takes on the karma. The maintaining itself is the one who creates karma and taking on the karma. Once the uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, it will dissolve the maintaining state, which is called helping to give ending the samsara. Not to be obsessed with the attitudes of God creates the world, on and on. There is only you who creates your world. You who creates your world. There is no such thing as God creates the world. God only purifies the world. The one who creates the world is just you, yourself. There is only the one who practices, the one who involves, giving meanings and significance. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, it doesn't grasp itself constantly. Go on in this way, uninvolved with the disregard itself simultaneously with the whole samsara. At this time, if you use the mind with projection, you will just have a headache. You will have the symptom of vomiting, nausea, and depleted. You could be vomiting, projecting of the mind. You can have intense vomiting because of the bounce back. Because there are a lot more arahants, the intangible beings are more brightening. If those with the tangible beings are using the mind in whatever ways, there will be an immediate bounce back. There will be depleted exhaustion immediately, wanting to go to hospital immediately. The more the intangible beings are brightening, the tangible beings will be having the bounce back only if using the mind. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. Nothing is within the uninvolved itself. Purify the attempt to use the mind constantly. Be sacred within the essence itself. Nothing within the internal and the external. Not the external or the internal. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself instantly. Instant purification of the maintaining. Keep the eyes and ears, nose, tongue, body and mind open. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. will be purification without traces. It is for the blessing. All the senses are formed up already. Just beware to drown within stillness and indifference. That is realm of existence. Be careful, because there would be something that added in there. Delusion within stillness and drown within it, in the indifference and stillness. There will be something added in there. There will be a lot of thoughts and behaviors all over. The reminder that doesn't purify itself, that is not normal already. Thinking about anything whatsoever is already not normal. The reminder that doesn't purify itself, the thought that doesn't purify itself is already beginning to be abnormal. It's already distorted. So be careful. Nothing is within the disregard itself. Purify it well. Naturally, it will not be about the internal or the external. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. Sometimes dwelling internally or externally, that is the desire that is running back and forth. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, will cut through all this separation of the internal and the external. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, there will be neither the internal or the external. There will be no delusion in it. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. Go ahead. Nothing is within the uninvolved or the disregard itself. Let's purify the urge to know or to understand. Let go of the let go itself. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, that is self-purification. The purification that purifies itself. The urge to know, to understand, is the samsara in itself. Let's purify the purification itself. Let go of the let go of itself. This discretion within stillness and indifference is a stump itself, is stagnated in itself. Discreetly hiding within the stillness and indifference. There will be something that added in there. Don't trust the concentration, the samadhi. It is totally samsara, because there will be a lot of behaviors that create unwholesomeness in it. All the wisdoms that is not correct is gonna be bullying here and there. It likes to test, to argue without purifying the wisdom itself. It will be like that, like a bully. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself instantly. Let's purify the uninvolved itself. Let's purify the purification itself. All the involvement, significance, and meanings is all about realm of existence totally. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Purify the short itself. Whatever that is left, that is tiny bit, purifies it. With this essence, you can well blessing the extraterrestrials ones. Go beyond the composing, the composure, while restrain the anicca. The anicca is at all time. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. What is there that is taken to be composed? That is the composure of suffering. Always entrapment of suffering, this composure. Whether it is a composure or not is not the way. Neither is it about composure or not. No is not even know itself. Listen well, then it will not be about anything within the goodness. Nothing is within the goodness if you listen well. If you still hanging on with the goodness, it's not yet goodness. That is something that added in the goodness. Uninvolved with the awakening itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. It will be the brightness that is not about anything within itself. The recalls or the reminders that purifies itself. So constantly remind it. This is even beyond the worship of the Buddha images. This is the essence that is all the essence of the Buddhas, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. This is even beyond the Buddha images. That is just the images that is formed up only. Let's truly align with the essence of the Buddhas. Without observation, there is no need to have doubt or question. The delusion in the observation itself will create a lot of questions in itself. That is practicing the desire. There is no cutting. Therefore, don't practice any type of things. When you practice this one or that one, it will become doubts, hesitations, and questions. Always creating a question on and on. There is no need to practice anything at all. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Offering the enlightenment for everything. There is no need to be in whatever ways right here. There is no need to practice the body and mind in whatever ways. Just form up the support of the blessing only, which is not about grasping in itself anyway. To be obsessed to practice the body and mind for any purpose, that's not the way. It's not about any whatever ways. It's only about forming up to bless only. Neither internal or external. Involvement within involvement. What is it within there? Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, will purify the maintaining and the drowning. Just remind yourself constantly. The awakening that is not related to itself, the brightening that is not related to itself, the disregard that is not related to itself. Just remind yourself in such a way. Otherwise, there will be the discretion within drowning, within maintaining. It will not get through. What is there that is being limited? The disregard from itself. There is no need to drop anywhere. No need to drop in any state of mind in whatever ways. Until uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, automatically, all by itself. Until nothing is within the involvement or uninvolvement automatically. until know is not even know itself automatically. To be stuck with just yes and no, there will be a long-term exhaustion. Until it's not about anything within yes and no on its own. Keep the eyes opening. There is the awakening in itself already. The eyes has the awakening in itself already, so keep them open. Opening in the way that is uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. No delusion within the eyes, within seeing, within knowing. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself automatically. When Nong Po was young, not even have the age 20, he realized the importance of the eyes, that it can create something that is not correct. Well, to disregard, even from the disregard itself, it will have nothing to do with seeing or not seeing, knowing or not knowing. Automatically, it will have nothing to do with the ages to know or to see. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. There is no need to block your ears. Ask the deaf if they want to hear. Therefore, it's something beyond deaf and blind, beyond cripples, being crippled. It is the uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself. It will be beyond the senses, the sense objects, and sense perceptions. It will have nothing to do with having the eyes or not, the ears or not, automatically. Unwove even within the unwove itself. Don't regret the mind. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, don't regret the composure. Dissolve it right away. All the karmic habits of the delusive attachment is always attempting to maintain, to sink in itself. Dissolve it right away. There is no need to regret the mind or the heart in whatever ways. What is it that is to regret? Every moment is bygone in itself. It doesn't regret yourself. Any emotion just bygone in itself. It doesn't care about you. To be obsessed, to use the observation, the knowing, the analyzing, it's just clinging, it's just holding one back. The anicca is bygone in itself at all times. Let the bygone be bygone, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Let the bygone be bygone itself, automatically. Let it be automatic, the bygone be bygone. Until the disregard doesn't grab itself, to be stuck with just disregarding, it's just depleted, it's just exhaustion. No concern with observation or memorization, no concern with details. All the observation and analyzation is the details. It is always random in itself, constantly. Nothing is within the disregard itself, uninvolved with the disregard itself. Until it's not about anything within the uninvolved itself. Until nothing is within yes and no on its own. The blossoms discards itself. The discard discards itself. The purification purifies itself.